Yo, shout out Timmins.
Shout out Timmins for real.
Shout out small ass airport in Timmins.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out that small ass airport in Timmins where the same one checking your bags. the same lady checking your bags is flying the plane. Y'all got it good over there, man. I'm telling you. Y'all got it good.
We live. We here. Welcome to
Let's get it,
Toon
baby.
Squad.
Toon Squad,
A
man.
big episode. I'm mad excited. We got Luu Breeze in the building.
Yes.
Shout out to Randy one time. He couldn't be here.
Yes, man. Shout
That's
out
my
to man.
twinski.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, let's get to it. My name is Matt, aka Easy Money, aka Babyface Killer, aka Mr. Bar Your Girl. Give her back in 3 to 5 business days, depending on the location.
Hell yeah.
And I got, he needs no introduction. This is,
man.
I guess, I'm probably the most excited for it since I've started.
Respect,
Luu
brother.
Breeze.
Thank you, man.
Welcome, bro.
Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you.
Oh my God,
Honestly.
I can't believe we made this happen.
No, it was easy, man. You know, I like what you guys are doing over here, so I definitely have to support. I like supporting things from the ground up because I see the potential in it. So
You saw the vision,
I saw the vision,
and now
man.
you're here.
I'm here, man.
We appreciate
Happy to be
you.
here, man. For
All
sure.
right, let's take it from the very beginning. Actually, before we go to the beginning,
Okay.
shout out Josh White one time for being here.
Yes, man. Shout out Freshie. That's
so-
my guy, man.
Woo!
That's my
Yo,
guy,
we
man.
appreciate you, bro. Thank you for coming on and supporting us.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Shot by Ben one time.
Shot by Ben. That's
That's
my
my
guy,
guy.
man.
That's
my
your guy?
now.
That's my guy.
now, man.
That's our guy?
That's our guy.
All right, yo, let's start from the very beginning, okay?
Let's do
For the
it.
people who don't know you, okay?
Mhm.
Who is Luu Breeze?
I was born and raised Scarborough General Hospital, Orton Park, and then moved all around, all over the GTA. Basically, just a time traveler. You know what I mean? Just a city slicker. Just got into this music thing through my brother, who was like a big influence to me.
Older brother?
Older brother, 7 years older, and he was really who got me started in kind of, more so in hip hop, but to be honest, I was singing before I was rapping.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's actually the real
Ooh.
talent is the harmonies, but the rapping it kind of came as I saw my brother doing it, and I kind of wanted to. It was like that, that competitiveness with I guess sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You took it personal.
I took it personal because he was good at what he was doing, and he was like winning like freestyle battles and certain things. So I kind of wanted to like up one on him. When I got into high school, I was like doing battles. Freshie knows. So I was getting into doing rap battles and all that, and then I got into the writing a little later. Started with poetry and then ended up into music, songs, and it just happened.
How did the singing come about?
Singing, I've always, that was like, I was born with that, like I was singing at like 4 years old. Like my mom had me singing at like certain events for like money, you know what I mean? And I never got any of that money, but shout out to my moms. I love you. You know what I mean? But,
Shout out Mama Dukes
shout out
sometime.
Mama, you know what I mean? But no, it was natural. I come from a family of singers. I come up, my uncles were all into music, so it was kind of just natural.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man.
So in my opinion, like I'm very fond of you. Like
Thank you,
I
brother.
remember, I just remember, your tracks would be like dropping on like Hot New Hip Hop, and I'd be in high school
yes.
just
Shout out
like
Hot New
downloading that shit. So
Yeah,
like
man.
this is like a really full circle moment for me.
That's what's up.
And I feel like in my opinion, I would consider you an OG. Like, would you consider yourself OG?
At this point, 100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I just love seeing, some of the, whether it's young podcasters, young artists, certain guys getting into it. Like, man, I just love seeing the hunger and the passion for whatever you're doing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I love to support good quality, anything, to be honest with you, that comes with quality and that I really get behind, that I really feel like is organic and original. And yeah, that's really what it is.
That's what's up. So, let's get back to the music.
Yeah.
Since you're an OG, I really wanted to ask you, like, you've seen the music industry change so much.
Oh yeah.
Like, talk to me about the changes and like how do you like where it stands today?
Well, it's definitely much easier for, an artist to kind of really get your music heard, in the sense of like you could literally be in your basement, create a song and put it out on the internet, whereas like back in the day, like, Fresh will tell you, we were burning CDs, selling them out the trunk, doing it like the real hustling, like, we were outside. We were outside before like that term was a term.
Before outside was outside.
We were really outside.
You were really outside.
Yeah, we were really outside, like all over Toronto, and yeah, we just, built a little following and got, once I think once I got like a few songs on the radio, that was a good thing. But now even that, like we had like Flow 93.5 at one point, that was like our only outlet, and it was good at one point, at least for the local artists. You could get your song on there, get it heard by, everybody in the GTA, but then it's kind of just, I guess,
people don't listen to the radio in 2023.
And there you go. And it just, everything changed. Like over the years, like the radio just,
the streaming services took over
and just kind of put the radio in the background. At least and like I said, in Canada, it's totally different from the States. The States got radio stations that are still bumping because the foundation has been built from time, whereas radio out here, just urban in general out here, is just not a thought for Canada. They really do not care about urban. Sorry. This is gonna be one of those.
That's real. Nah,
it's gonna be one of those.
We keep it 1,000 on this fucking show.
Yeah, 100%.
No, we keep it 1,000. And okay, so in terms of the changes, like, do you like the changes? Do you like the streaming services? Do you like everything how it stands today? Do you think it's for the better?
I mean, you know what? I just want to see I just want to see artists get theirs. I just really want to see artists get theirs. So the streaming kind of still takes, more than necessary from the artist. I still think I want to see an artist really, get theirs independently or whatever the case may be. But something's got to change in regards to artists getting their due for creating. Like, imagine this, like I'm in my house making a song from scratch, like coming up with the idea, coming up with everything. And then, you go to your label and you're like, oh, you record it and here's this song. And then they're taking like everything and you get like pennies. And it's like, this is like literally your art, like you sat and thought about this, did everything only to get pennies. So I really want to see, but I think it, it comes down to the artist too, standing up for what you believe in and really just putting your foot down and I guess, really thugging it out and doing it on your own until you get to a point where it's like now the label now needs you rather than you begging
rather
for
than the
label.
verse.
Yeah.
They're really working for you versus like
you're partnering with them rather than you
feeling
being
enslaved to them.
There you go. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is, man. It's time for the.
And so that's what you'd like to see change. That was going to be my next question.
I think it's coming.
More power to the artist.
More power to the artist, and I think it's coming. And I think it's artists just got to be smarter. I feel, but you know what it is too, man. Like a lot of these artists, as far as like rappers and certain artists, and not even just rappers, man. There's just everybody. Some people come from humble beginnings, so it's like it's kind of hard to invest in yourself. So it's like when you get that, label that can come to you and say, yo, we could do this. It's kind of like, bro, I don't want to go work at Foot Locker. Shout out to Foot Locker. I'm not knocking anybody that does that, but I'm just saying, like, for the people who, an artist wants to just create. I could say that, and I'm sure, a lot of people feel the same. It's like, you don't, it's hard to go work a 9-to-5, go do this job.
Very hard.
And then have the energy to just come and give it to your craft. So, yeah, man, you just got to thug it out and really build your brand to a point where people are reaching for you rather than you begging and reaching for them. Because I think and I'm only speaking from experience, because I feel for me, for like a lot of my career, I was chasing a deal rather than creating from like the heart and just putting out raw Luu, but now it's like you're getting the raw, like the new stuff is raw. This new stuff is the best music I've made.
The best.
Yeah. This is the best, and it's a I think before I was giving more rap and less of the harmonies and less of the R&B stuff. It's kind of flipped, so it's like more R&B, more vibes. But then you'll get like a drop of the raps. I still got bars. The bars are still there.
They're still there.
The bars are better than ever. The bars are better than ever. You know what I mean?
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Luu Breeze in the building. Yeah, man, you know what? I love what you're saying. I want to, keep it about your music. I think this episode is like celebrating you. To me, like, you're a Toronto legend.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
And yeah, like, I want to keep it about you. Like, obviously, like, based on what you just told me, it really sounds like you've stumbled and you fell on your face.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
100%.
And
especially because I lost my brother. Sorry to cut you off, brother. I lost my brother in 2018, and I think.
My condolences.
Yeah,
Rest
thank
in
you,
peace.
brother. Thank you.
Was it your older brother?
Yeah, it was my older brother. So, and that was, like I said, that was the guy I was like. That was
your hero.
My hero.
Yeah.
Like I was a fan of Tupac, DMX, all these, different artists, but my brother was like
that guy.
Real person that I could like touch, you know what I mean? So it was like, that was my guy. And when I lost him in 2018, I think I didn't even realize how it hit me, but like I was just binging on drink, just I went left, and I kind of really, and then COVID hits. So I just kind of felt like, do I want to do this anymore? This guy's not even here. This was like my biggest fan. I was a fan of him, and then he became a fan of me. It was crazy how the world works. But, I feel like his energy hit me, and it's like, bro, you can't let these sucking niggas win, man. You got to go get yours. I'm here to get mine.
That's crazy because, like, I always wondered before we recorded. I mean, you're a very consistent artist. Yeah. And I noticed, like, there was a break.
There was, a lot of inconsistency.
And I feel like you answered that question.
Yeah.
That break was, you had to go through those emotions.
You know what? There's a funny side to it because 2019 the Raptors won. Uh-huh. I lost my voice for like, I was yelling so much in celebration that I actually lost my voice for like a year and a half. Like, it was
wow.
Bad. Yeah, man. I couldn't.
A year and a half.
I couldn't even like sing.
Were you scared you might not get it back? Because like a month goes by, 2 months?
I went to doctors who tried to say, and then finally I went to, after a year and a half.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. I really didn't think, and that's what kind of put me like, I can't even sing. So like, I can't even practice. I can't do anything. I'm like, maybe I should just like, I tried managing some artists for a second, and then I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So
and that like just adds to your darkness because
this is my point. I didn't realize I was depressed. I was going into depression. I wasn't doing what I loved, which is the music. I lost my brother who I loved. It was bad. But, I'm here. God is good.
That's what's up. You know what? And I feel like a lot of people who watch Tune Squad, I mean, they're humans in general. A lot of people are like really suffering from losses. Yeah. In their lives, like family members, brothers, mothers, dads, uncles, and they watch this podcast with heavy hearts. And
Trust me.
And your experience, like with your brother, what can you give? What advice can you give for people who are really like going through that depression and they can't really see the positivity or the other side?
You know what? You gotta really, you've got to understand that in life these things are inevitable. That's what I had to come to a point with, even like with thinking about like, and I've seen, I've gone through some things in my life where I've seen, dead bodies. I've seen certain things, but like my brother, and I was the one who found him. It was like, it was a lot. And I'd say like, you gotta be so mentally tough to understand that these things in life happen. They're inevitable. You gotta, it's like a push. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like you really just gotta thug through. And I have times where I break down, and you gotta allow that. You gotta allow that to happen. Like, you really gotta allow yourself to cry randomly whenever you want. And I just try to think of the good things that person brought to my life. That's exactly what it was. It's like, I thought about the years that he was on this earth. What was the purpose that he served in my life? What did he bring to me that changed me for the better? And I use that every day. And he helped me. He gave me ambition. He gave me passion. He gave me fire. He gave me all these things that I know I need to push, my career and my life into the next level, into the next chapter. And he helped me. And in the same year, which is kind of crazy, it's like I lost my brother in January of 2018, and I had my daughter
congratulations.
Yeah, man, in May of 2018. So it was like, it was one of those things where it's like, I felt like he came in the form of my daughter
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So God is good, you know. And at that point, you know, and she came out healthy, beautiful, everything is blessed. So God is good, man. You got to look at things like that, like really, like in perspective
Yeah.
of, you know, like
Yeah. No, I love that. I think it's powerful that you said that because, you know, I think as men, like we like to be, you know, the alpha males, the tough guys and stuff like
100%.
that. And like, yo, the more people who come on this platform and like express their humanity,
oh man,
and like, you know, like, it's cool to like cry sometimes, and like it's
Yeah,
cool to
man.
have like these moments, and like it doesn't make you lesser than,
no,
or you know, it's, you're not weak
no,
for
no,
showing
no, no.
emotion, and
You're,
like
at all. And I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like there's a lot of fake alpha out here because of the way alpha is promoted in the sense of, yeah, you gotta be this like
Tough
hard
guy.
shell. That listen, man, you stand on principle, be a man about yours, 100%. But at the same time, shed a tear here and there if you got to. If you got a girlfriend, love on your girl, kiss on your girl, cuddle up with your girl. There's nothing wrong with that. I hate guys that make this thing try to make guys feel weird about spending time with your girlfriends. Like, what should you be cooped
Or
up in
showing
a basement
affection,
or
yeah.
showing affection? Like, what should be cooped
Sending
up
her
in
flowers.
a basement, smelling like armpits all day? I don't want to sit in a basement and smell my boy's armpits and weed and all. Like, come on, man.
Facts.
Go cuddle up with a beautiful smelling. She smells gorgeous. Go cuddle it, grab her bum, kiss her on her face, tell her, yo, I love you, man. Like,
That's real.
Let it out. Be free, man.
Express your
to that.
love.
Express your love and don't. Yeah, that has nothing to do. That's still you being alpha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just showing affection, being kind to people. That's part of being alpha. It's not about just showing that you're tough. It's about, you know, just being a good person.
Standing on principle.
Standing on principle. 100%.
I love that.
Yeah.
Luu Breeze here giving us game on Toon Squad. I love this. You know, again, we're here to celebrate you today. And, you know, you kind of touched on how your music's changed, you know, with big events in your life. And you mentioned your daughter. And let's talk about it. How has she, like, what was Luu Breeze like as an artist before, and what changed about him after?
Direction. She gave me direction. She helped me really.
Were you more lost before?
Yeah, I was just because, and that's another thing too, is like I was rapping for the streets. I had rap bars for the streets, but then I had I wanted to do R&B, so I was like battling myself in the sense of like, which one do I cater to? I got people telling me, yo, we want to hear something like this, and I'm like,
And hold up, at the time too, there was no like, Kanye was getting scrutinized at the time you were coming up,
Same,
right? There
yeah.
was no
Yeah.
like, there was not a big fusion between hip hop and R&B back
yeah.
when you're coming
when
up.
I was doing it, and exactly, I was doing it in a sense in a time where people are, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest with you, I've gotten all love when it comes to like the fusion of it, you know, and then but I felt for me it's like I didn't know, okay, do I do an album full of rap? Like I was just lost in where, you know, and my daughter came in just instant direction. I think it was the loss of my brother and then the gain of my daughter. It was just instant direction, you know, and just really to understand that this is a business. Because I think I was putting out music and I was just trying to like feed the fans and feed people, like let them know like, yo, look, oh, you got to hear this.
Like, I'm that guy.
Yeah. Rather than understanding like, no, you got to have your shit in order, you know, to really make some bank off of this.
Okay, and you know, I want to congratulate you because you told me off record you just signed a deal.
Yeah, man, we got some new things coming, man. I'm really excited. You know, shout out to Soul Gala. You know, we got a lot of things coming, man. I'm really excited for this. This is gonna be a good year. So I'm just trying to stay focused, stay motivated, and stay locked in, and really get this thing going.
All right, and you know, if you were to say like, you know, like for people, I mean, I know a lot of people who fuck with you. Respect. And I just want like, yo, for people who know the previous you, like everything that's come out before, like what should they expect from Luu Breeze in 2023?
I'd say probably expect the unexpected. No, but expect like good music, quality visuals, quality. Actually, that right there. Quality. I ain't gonna talk your ears off. Quality. Expect quality. Expect music that you can you know, because I feel like, you know, especially in this day and age, we hear something and we move on to the next like immediately.
Very quick. We move on quick.
Yeah, no, I'm taking my time with. I've taken my time with this new music, and I think it's gonna be a lot of good vibes that people will play again and again. So expect some quality.
I love that. I'm looking forward to you because, like, for me personally, like, I feel like I connected the most with a lot of your R&B vibes. And I love that you're kind of like, I feel like you've kind of accepted it as your strength.
Oh, definitely.
And I feel like you're being strategic. Like, you know, you could spit.
Yeah,
that's not a question, but it's like you're being more of a business with it. And
100%.
do you feel like that's also something that's different? Do you feel like showcasing the R&B as a forefront and keeping the rap as more of a strategy, do you feel like that's more in tune with the market?
Well, I think the market is actually oversaturated with rap, with hip hop. So it's like I'm like, okay, cool, y'all can, you know, fill up this, so I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna take over this. You know what I mean? Y'all, everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to. Nobody's really, you know, doing the, you know, as far as from out here, that and making it like how I'm making it. Like my music, you're not gonna hear this new stuff and be like, this sounds like such and such. I promise you can hear it here first. You're not gonna say this sounds like such and such was on it, such and such wrote it. You're gonna say, oh, this is Lou. So it's like me. So you're gonna hear this R&B that I'm bringing to the table that isn't like R&B that is coming out. And I promise you that.
Where does your confidence come from? Because you're very confident right now.
You guys fresh. This isn't social media made. This is literally, I've been this person from grade school. Like I've just always had this thing about, and I think it comes from my mom. You know, she was a single parent mother, but she literally installed like being a leader every day. It became annoying at one point, but it was like you look back now and you're like, I needed that. My brother installed it too. It's like being a leader. Don't stand on, you know, yours. Like, and I've always just been that. And whether it comes to like team sports, I've always been the enforcer type guy. Like, you know, you know, you don't gotta fight this, but I'll take it. You know, that's just been who I am.
Okay, and you know, let's segue into the accountability since you were talking about it. Like, talk to me about how you've grown in like holding yourself accountable.
You know, I feel like, you know, especially with me in this industry, I feel like there's been so many talks. Like I've heard people say like, oh, you were blackballed by such and such, or you were this, that. And to me, it was like, you know, I don't even let that get to me. It's more so one of these things where I understand I didn't do business right by my music. I didn't understand the business of
how could you? You didn't like,
you know,
you didn't have a mentor or anything.
Yeah, no, we're coming from the street, doing this from the ground up in the streets. Like I didn't know how to really.
You started battle rapping, right?
Battle rapping, like it was like that's where we come from. So it was one of those things where I really just had to hold myself accountable. Like, yo, in order to do this at the level that you need to do it, you gotta really lock down and understand this is a business. So I don't hold anybody accountable. I had other things that I was distracted by as well. I was doing things in the streets, so I was doing other things that was taking my focus away from what it should have been on, which was my music. So it's nobody to blame but myself. So, you know, for me not being where people say, oh, you should be signed, you should be on tour, you should be doing this, that. I have nobody else to blame but me.
Okay, and, you know, this is going to be, like, my final question before we go into a break.
Yeah.
I love everything you're saying, and, like, again, you have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of artists are going to be watching this episode. And I guess, like, from an OG, like, I guess a lot of people want to know, like, how do you handle your, especially with the business, how do you handle your L's?
You gotta
how do you move past them?
Because you gotta understand, you know, you gotta understand who you are. The first rule of thumb is know yourself. I know I'm a winner.
Damn.
I know I'm a winner.
Damn.
I know I'm a winner. So
talk your shit.
So taking an L is like it's you gotta take L's humbly. You gotta understand that I could take that because I know the next one is a win. The win's coming. So, you know, and this has been a long journey as far as music, but the win's coming because, you know, I've been blessed to have, you know the right people around me, and I think even with this hiatus that I kind of took, it kind of weaved out the people that I didn't need around either. So it was a blessing in disguise.
Do you feel like it showed you who's like really for you?
And we've dealt, and now I got like a more,
tighter
circle which is I rather build with this, do well with this, where it's like, okay, cool, now let's feed just these people rather than boom, 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 everybody that doesn't
trying to satisfy everybody
who and may not deserve it. So I got.
And you don't know who's really for you, but now you know who's for you.
Who's for me.
Okay, cool. And speaking of that, because tighter circle is usually done for a reason. Okay, but when it comes to music, a lot of successful music, most successful music, maybe all successful music, comes in the form of teams. Yeah. How important is your team? You were talking to me off air about.
Man, I got a good team of guys right now, man. Like that really. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. The accountability is we all hold each other accountable. So it's like everybody plays their part. And a team is needed. So for artists, like, you can't do it by yourself. I tried it. You think
you heard it here first.
You can't do it by yourself. You need at least a good 5 guys to start. And they've all got to bring something to the something different to the table. And build your team. And the sky's the limit.
All right, you heard it here first. We're going to be taking a quick break, and we'll be right back. We back. Welcome back to
Let's get it.
Toon Squad. We got Luu Breeze here.
Yes, sir.
We're chopping it up. We're kicking it. Shout by Ben one time. Shout out Freshie in the back.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to it. So we talked about how much your music has changed. And we talked a lot about the music business. I want to speak about the music business from the Toronto perspective.
Okay.
A lot of artists like to leave Toronto and pursue bigger markets. What's your experience like navigating the Toronto music industry scene?
Well, you have to.
You have to leave?
You have to leave because there's no. I hate to say this, and but there is no Toronto market. I'm being honest, like because these, at the end of the day, for all the the A&Rs, I don't know who's running what right now, but I feel, and I won't say all of them, there's some good ones, whatever, but for the most part, a lot of them aren't connected with the culture of so it's like you're putting like these business minded people in an position where you got to have an ear, you got to have the eyes to spot like what looks like and they don't know what. Me personally, like I'm seeing guys like Northside Benji who doesn't have a bag yet from any Canadian label. This is how you like. How is that kid unsigned? To me, I think he's one of the most talented young guys coming up as far as sonically sound, as far as music that I think can compete with other artists internationally. But yet I don't see any. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has something coming right now. Hopefully he does, because I think there's a lot of other talented artists too that deserve a bag to really help get your music to the next level, because it costs. You can't like I said, it costs, man. And I personally just think the system of Canadian music is not meant to support urban kids from the hood. It ain't there to help. They don't want.
That's real.
And I'm being honest with you, because the States, look at it. The States monetizes off of drill rap, killings, all that stuff. Canada's not like that. That's why when you hear some of these kids from wherever they're from, whatever hood, and they're making that music that, personally they're living and they're coming from these experiences and they're making it, trying to get out, they can't really make the killing in Canada. One you can't really tour. There's like true. There's like 5 places you go, 4 maybe, 4 provinces. So it's like, I don't think there's the establishment isn't there for artists to really make money. Like the UK artists make money in the UK. They don't even need the US. The US there's guys in Texas making money in Texas that are living off music and you've never heard of them. You feel what I'm saying? In Canada, ain't like that, man. If there's a guy like a successful Canadian rapper is like working at No Frills on Saturday.
That's real.
And that's just what it is. So until
that's the truth.
That's the truth. The hard truth is like, until the market really changes and supports certain things, which I don't think they will, because they don't want to be looked at. They don't want to glorify killing and certain things that, some of these artists are talking about.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
as
like,
far as rap, as far
Yeah.
as R&B, I don't know. You tell me.
it's hard to make a living in Canada off urban music, off making urban music.
If you can point out one, I'm maybe I don't know, but I need to know if there's an artist that's making money off of just Canadian dollar, because I don't think it's no. You have to at least get some type of cosign or go to the UK or tour in Germany or tour in these other places. You got to get out of here.
So do you feel like for yourself specifically in your journey, do you feel like at one point you gotta go?
Oh, I at one point I even went and lived in LA for 5 months. Tried that, slept on a couch. It was like 5 of us in a 1-bedroom. Shout out Jacoy actually.
That's what's up. Shout out Jacoy.
Shout out Jacoy knows what's up. 2015 we lived the real, the real
Trying to make it.
trying to make it the real dream. So, but yeah, I felt like I had to really just go and make my rounds elsewhere.
What did that teach you? Especially those 5 months in LA. Because you must have learned a lot.
Oh man, so much. It definitely taught me that this thing was not going to be easy as I thought, in the sense of like, you can't, like I said, you could think you're the shit, you could think you got what it is, but at the end of the day, there's a million artists trying to get what you're getting, trying to get what you want. And you really gotta work hard. You really gotta make yourself known. You gotta really make your presence known.
It's competitive.
It's competitive.
People are like 3, 4, 5, 10,000 steps ahead.
Yeah. And so you gotta at least match that. And if you're not, well, good luck to you.
And you don't get that much exposure in Toronto of people who are thinking on those levels.
There you go. So, But man, hats off to anybody who's an artist or doing something from the ground up, because at the end of the day, you're really taking that, you're putting something, your art out for the millions to judge it, and say
it's not easy.
And no, not at all. You're gonna get people that shoot it down. Oh, he's whack, or you're this thing.
How do you deal with that?
Understanding that these people aren't doing what I'm doing. You're speaking from a place of not putting out music, not
being in the studio,
or not just even putting something out for people. Like, you work your 9 to 5, which is fine, but you're not in a position to shoot anybody down for at least attempting to reach for their goal and their dream, when you're not, you're following the system. You can have an opinion.
Yeah.
100%. I respect your opinion, but at the end of the day, I see some people in comments really going in on certain artists. Like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing to be able to be lipping off at what this person is attempting, at least putting out there for the world to judge? You know how hard that shit is to really put something out and feel like, man, I hope they like it. And then, you're going to get some that do, and you're going to get some that don't. So you just really got to just appreciate the good. I appreciate guys like you who, are giving me my flowers while I'm here, telling me like, I'm hearing that you're anticipating the interview. That's the shit that keeps me going. I don't give a fuck about no negative comments when I got people who really show love. And I'm not even like, to me, I'm just like, I'm trying, and there's people that really appreciate what I'm doing. I can only appreciate that shit. That's the love that I
love that.
Yeah,
you heard it here first from a Toronto rap legend. I love that, man. No, I appreciate you. And I think that's a good thing. Like, I always tell people that too. Like, my opinion is that, like, when it comes to the negativity, when it comes to the people who don't believe you, or anyone who has shade towards you, it's like, at the end of the day, like, there's a lot of people who are rooting for you. There's a lot of people who fuck with you, even from a distance. They might not tell you every day. Focus on that.
That's
like,
it.
That's all that matters. And, like, kind of goes back to, I think, what Kevin Hart said, like, very, like, famously. Like, I don't necessarily, like, have time to hate. You know?
No, 100%. 100%. No time to hate. Keep it moving. Tunnel vision. Forward only.
Yeah.
No time to hate. What you're doing does not, like Jay said, what you eat doesn't make me shit. Is facts. It's like
facts.
I have no care in the world for anything but what I gotta do for me and mine.
And what you fuck doesn't make me come.
That too.
We're here. We're here with Luu Breeze. We're having fun.
We're having a good time, man.
I heard about this crazy Jordan pin that you done.
Oh my gosh.
And I need to hear about your ball career.
Okay, listen, man. Listen.
Shout out Freshie
This
one time.
Freshie, I'm glad Freshie was here. You know what's funny? That it's so crazy that he's here because I literally was like, I saw when you sent me the thing we were talking about. Yo, I literally saw that and I'm like, yo, the fact that he's here as a witness that he called it. I swear on everything. It was I remember like it was yesterday. Jordan pinned Ron Mercer. And he was playing for the Wizards. This was Jordan's decline, but he showed he was Jordan.
He's still him.
Come to school the next day. We're talking about it. Yo, you see, he's like, we had a game. Freshie goes, yo.
This is high school?
High school, bro. Freshie goes, yo, I need you to do that this game. I said, I got you. Freshie, am I lying?
You ain't lying.
So, and Freshie don't lie. If anything, if anybody knows Freshie don't lie. Freshie don't lie. So, Freshie says, yo, pin it. I said, cool. Went up, dude thought he had the break, pinned him on the glass, got the technical after.
That's crazy.
Because you know I was going. I went.
You had a temper?
I was hot, man.
You're a hothead?
The coach called me hype a lot. Shout out to Dwayne. Hype a lot. Fire steps. You know we used to do the fire steps on the ground. Fire steps. Hype a lot. Go. He's Jamaican, right? So it was crazy. No, but that was real. The Jordan pin happened, and the crowd went crazy, man. It was crazy. And I'm looking for Josh. And he's like, yo, this guy he did it.
How does
the next day?
How does basketball connect with the music?
Competitive passion. It's you hear it. Like the rap game is like, rappers want to be basketball players want to be rappers. It's facts, artists. Basketball is like the same thing. The league is like the league, the league is like the music league, it's like the same thing, man. So it's like the passion, the competitiveness, the
sport
of it. Yeah. That's it. The sport of it is they're both.
Who's your favorite player ever?
Oh, it's got to be MJ.
MJ?
It's MJ. MJ is the GOAT to me.
Same.
Just because he not only what he did on the court, but like the man has a shoe line that is literally the greatest. Like, I mean, the man resells the same shoe every year, the same colorways, and people still will sell out and buy it.
Facts, bro.
It's like a different.
The Jordan 1 is so iconic.
The Jordan 1 is iconic.
It's incredible.
And it'll forever be. I will never get tired of the Jordan 1.
Same. They can there'll always be a color. I'm like, how did you make the shoe? Yeah. And like decades later, there's still colorways dropping every year where I'm like, oh my God, I want it.
You want it. And I can't wait for that movie that's coming up, by the way, Air or whatever, talking about that
that's
whole
what's
thing.
up.
Yeah, that's going to be dope. But MJ.
Do you want to shout out any other players?
LeBron, before he went to LA though. Before he went to
Cleveland Bron?
Yeah. I've always been a Cleveland Bron.
Miami
fan.
Bron?
That I allowed. I wasn't a fan of it, but because
at first it was hard to accept.
It was hard to accept, especially like that was, like I said, I respected
one of the first
guys
team
like,
ups.
There you go. I respected Jordan for sticking, and everybody says, oh well, Jordan had Pippen. Yeah, cool, but Pippen, you tell me, Pippen, Dwayne Wade.
Pippen, obviously.
Okay. Bosch or what's this? Tony Kukoc.
Probably Bosch.
This is my thing. I think the LeBron, Wade, and Bosch was 30 times worse than the Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc.
But you know what?
But then they had Rodman.
Now that I look back, though, I feel like, kind of like what you said with the artists, kind of happened with basketball. Even though, like, oh, cool, like, it changed the narrative and the direction of history.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, it was more power to the player.
Yeah.
I feel like,
yes.
and that, like, you gotta be crucified for that.
Yeah. 100%.
You got to be crucified to like go, and he was crucified. I've never seen, like in my whole life watching sports, I've never seen someone more scrutinized than like LeBron's first failure.
100%, like they wanted it. Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, it's like, you're right, 100%.
So I mean, like now, obviously, and like KD and like you'll always hear worse examples, but it's like like at least now, like the players are actually getting 200 mil, 300 mil, like they're actually getting like. Ownership, like they're getting those opportunities like
I agree
at different rates that you probably wouldn't see. So that's pretty cool. And like you know what, I feel like relating that back to the music, I feel like we kind of talked about it earlier, but like you you said it before. I feel that's one of the biggest things that you were advocating is like more power to the artist.
Yeah.
More opportunity for the artist to grow.
Yep.
Different avenues, stay independent.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you, like, keeping it about the city.
Yeah.
What do you think of the talent out of Toronto?
Being honest, I'm more. I'll tell you this. I personally think there's a lot of great producers. I think there's a lot of hidden producer gems out here, man. Being honest, artists and rapper wise, or artists in general, there's some good talent. There's definitely some good talent. But I would just say a lot of these guys got to understand, like, yo, find a way to make your sound yours. Like, don't follow the.
Do you see a lot of biting going on?
I see a lot of biting. I see a lot of guys like trying to keep up with, like, other artists and not really making
more, trying to go with trends or what's hot.
Trends. And I like, even the female. There's a lot more female rappers which I'm liking, but like, yo, switch it up, man. You know what I mean? Like really dig in your like create. If you really want to do this music shit, like really dig in that creative, that creative pool. And just try some new things, man, some new sounds, and really just try to create a lane for yourself.
So in terms of the like artists that like doesn't have to be from Toronto, but like who are some of the artists like you fuck with that you admire
right now?
Yeah.
From the city, I rock with I'll say from the city first. There's a few. Northside Benji I've mentioned already. Pressa. Who else do I like? Who else? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's this guy I came across, and I actually hit him up, and he was saying he was a fan. We're supposed to work. This guy, I think he pronounces it Cavalli.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think it's Cavalli. Him. Who else, man? There's a few good. Other than the big names like The Weeknd and whatever. Then as far as out of that, like, I'd say, like, I like Brent Faiyaz.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I like Brent. I got an appreciation for Bryson Tiller. I do. I think he's got talent, and I think I can, hopefully he drops another album and gets some better recognition. I like Bryson. I don't know how I'm like drawing blanks right now, because I like a bunch. SG. I like.
Okay.
Yeah, I like SG the rapper. Who else, man? Damn, I don't know. There's a few though. I'm a big Future.
How about
fan.
Future?
That Future's like, I think, my favorite like go to. I don't know why. He just embodies like the ignorance that I wish I could really just show the world. Like, I wish I could just play here, but I have like I have a daughter. And,
I feel like
and my mom. I love my mom and my daughter, but he's like the inner. If I literally fed the ego, I'd be Future.
Yeah, I feel like that's. I think that's his. That's what makes him admirable. Is that he is just this kind of super character that I feel like most guys would like to be.
He's unapologetically him.
Yes, and I feel like a lot of guys don't live in their truth and try to vicariously live in their truth through him.
Yeah. No, 100%. But you gotta know, like I said, you gotta know yourself, man. You gotta know yourself. Like, not everybody is Future, so let that man do what he's doing. But that Future's one of my guys.
That's what's up. So I mean, like, I want to take it back to your sound again. I want to keep it about you, like you've grown so much, and like, again, you said your strengths are R&B. And that, like, how like, talk about your strengths. What are you also good at songwriting? Like, what are your strengths?
Songwriting, the vocals, the harmonies, like, that's my pocket. This next bit of music is definitely gonna be a lot more vulnerable.
Ooh.
Yeah, that too is, I think.
Is that hard to do?
No, not really, because I don't even know why. I feel like, personally, I've never gotten really vulnerable. Like, I've made songs that, like, people can rock with in certain things, but, like, this, I don't know, this project just feels like it's a lot more vulnerable. Like, I'm talking.
You feel in the lyrics?
Yeah. Like, there's talks on there, like, there's you're getting to hear also what I'm going through, but in a way where it's like it sounds good.
Do you feel like you were more focused on the melodies and the flows rather than
and this is my
opening up?
to go to my point, this is where I think like I said back then, I feel like I was chasing a label deal. So I was just trying to make hits. I was just trying to make songs that would like, okay, could this get on the radio? Okay, could this get me signed? Okay, like, and that's subconsciously what I was thinking, like, rather than like, yo, make what you love to make, the rest and the people will fuck with it, and just find a way to deliver it the way you need to for the masses to understand it and accept it and take it in and digest it. And I think we found that pocket. Shout out to my, it's like my right hand producer, Mike F, the Hitman.
Shout out to him, bro.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Mike.
We got some bangers coming. We got some good music coming.
You know, it's crazy. I feel like it's a very common struggle for an artist having so many opinions and
yes,
your opinion getting lost in the sauce.
That too, because I feel like even with me too, before I would allow. I'd always, like I said, I'm a team player. That's that, and sometimes to a fault. So a team player in the sense of like I kind of I allowed certain people to kind of come in and I want to make you feel like, yeah, you got some saying, like this is our shit. So it's like I feel like I allowed certain people to come in and kind of say, oh, maybe it should be like this, and I took some of the advice or I did it, and it wasn't ultimately what I really felt like was what I wanted. Whereas now it's like my foot's down. It's like this is how it's gonna be.
Like, what advice would you give for the artist? I feel like a lot of artists are really in this position where they're like, it's so common for an artist to be like kind of exactly what you said, where they're like fighting to have their direction, relative to their team's direction and vision, and trying to satisfy everybody. Yeah. Right. What advice can you give to another artist based on like what you learned?
You've got to really follow your. Follow your truth, follow your process, follow your,
no matter how hard,
man. You gotta thug it. You gotta really like I said, I stand on everything. And this is how I felt. Like I was standing on everything when it came outside of my music, like when it comes to just being a man in general, that I didn't even realize that when it came now time to like own my craft, I was allowing other people to have say. And it's like, well, this ain't even what I stand on outside of this shit. How are you allowing this to happen in your your career? Yeah. So it's like I had to really like step back and be like, holy shit, man, I didn't even realize I was
how many people's hands
were in it. And and now it's just like, no, I'm leading this. And you know what, artists, it may, for the artist there, it may feel like a lot more work, because like I said, I'm coming up with videos, this, that. But if you want it to come out the way you want it to do, you got to put in the work to really explain it to the people. You got to deliver you
have to put the effort in to explain it in different ways. Yeah. Being polite.
100%.
Or, like whatever it is.
Your dream, like, cause you got to explain your dream to the next person, to a group of people. You got to, deliver it in a way where they understand, and now they can help bring your shit to light.
Find out how that person can hear you or listen to you, because now everyone can get the same message the same.
There you go.
You got to figure that person out.
You got to figure that. So, stick to your guns, man.
So, one of the hardest things of pursuing, your vision is letting people go.
Yeah.
What experience do you have of letting people go and like
I think
overcoming that?
The past few years that I took off, really just trying to find even myself and my direction, I really had to let go of the people that I feel like weren't really bringing nothing to the table, but taking or wanting and waiting for something to come to it so they can have a piece of it. And I can't tell you how like free I feel, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel it in your energy.
So free, man. Just so
I feel in your voice.
Yeah, man. Just free to really do me and really have the people that I love, the people that I really feel the love genuinely, the people that hit me up saying, yo, bro, like, shout out to my boy BR, shout out to Jeff. They really stuck by me in these years where I was like really questioning, like, do I do this? Do I do it? And they really were like, bro, I don't even know why you're not making music. And they were just in my ear like, bro, you got to continue doing this. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep recording. You got to. And they essentially dug me out of the, the little depression hole that I didn't even realize I was in.
Yeah. And the truth is, as a creator, the absolute truth is sometimes it takes someone else to believe in you
Yes.
for you to get back and believe in yourself again.
100%.
You know, and
100%.
and it's hard to find people who are gonna watch you give up and know, you know, have the right people that will uplift you.
Yeah.
That's not easy. It's not easy to have someone who's like, can talk to you, like, you know, you might be stubborn yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And someone who can, like, you know, tolerate. I feel like that's something that's also more difficult as we grow in this technology generation. I feel like we don't we like to move on from each other a lot. We don't like to like
quickly.
We don't like to like actually like stick it out with people and like have the tough conversations and like
even in relationships, like people aren't sticking it out anymore because you feel you have so many options.
Yeah. And the ego can be stroked at a different
100%.
level, right? Everything is self-serve now.
100%.
We feel more entitled.
Yes.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
No, you're right.
Nah, you're keeping it 1,000 here, man. I'm loving
man.
this. I'm loving this. You're spitting a lot of game. What I love about this too is like you're also speaking your truth, man. You're speaking 100%. Your truth. And like I want to talk before we get on break. Last question is like, you know, expectations. Expectations are challenging, whether it's the people around you, the city, you know, the hype in your family, the pressure you put on yourself. Sometimes we don't always meet our own expectations or the people around us. And I feel like that's common. And I feel like at the end of the day, yo, you're a Toronto legend. You're an OG.
Thank you, bro.
And you know, I feel like you're spitting a lot of game on this episode. And you're giving a lot of wisdom. So I mean, like, how do you deal with like not meeting your own expectations or people around you?
Man, like I said, just really understanding that like today, you know, it may not be today, it may, you know, not be tomorrow, but you really just gotta thug it out. You really just gotta believe in yourself, man. You really just gotta know who you are and what you stand for and you know, and what you know, and not give up, man. You really just gotta really fight every day to, you know, I give God, you know, the glory every day and thank him for just giving me another day above ground to really figure this thing out, this life thing, because we're all figuring it out. 100. Oh man, I'm a believer, man. I'm the only man I fear is that man above, you know. And it's really a thing where it's like I know, like, you know, having that faith is I for me is what keeps me going. Is just knowing that like as long as I got another day to take a stab at it, I'll get it.
That's hard. So a way to deal with not meeting expectations is like just having faith.
A way you just said it. A way to deal with not meeting your expectations is just having faith, and that's as simple as it is. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith.
You heard it here first. Having faith in your craft, having faith in what you're doing, even when other people don't see it. That's
they won't see it until you make them see it.
And you gotta do that. You gotta get out of your own head and take, you know, not just have your ideas stay in your head. Actually, make them come to life.
Yes.
Do the work that behind, you know, meeting those expectations you have for yourself.
That's it.
Ooh, we heard it here first from Luu Breeze. This is a legendary episode.
I love this.
We'll be right back with a break. But we back. We live.
Hey, yo.
Yo, shout out to Randy one time. Yo, he couldn't fucking be here, but that's my guy. He hates when I say we live because we're not live streaming. I think it fucking sounds cool, so I just fucking say it.
We live, man.
We live. Luu Breeze.
Yes, sir.
Big episode, big guest. Toronto legend in the building.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Love, bro. We're going to play a game called On That Bullshit, and you guys know about this game. Essentially, we're going to pick questions out of... Yeah, I called it a tray, but I'm going to call it a basket.
A little bucket.
A little bucket, a little basket. We're going to each pick out a question, and everyone has to answer.
Dope.
All right. I'm going to start with the guest.
Okay, if you were to go back in time and do something different, what would that be? Do I got to answer first?
Yeah. Well, you don't have to if someone's got an answer.
If I...
That's a tough question.
Go back in time and do something different, it would be not drink and drive because I caught a DUI.
Ooh.
Tell you that much.
That's
It
real.
ain't never worth it, man.
It's not worth
It's
it.
not worth it. Uber.
Just get an Uber.
Just you're better off paying that $100 for that Uber home rather than $15,000 to $20,000 for a lawyer.
You heard it here first.
Don't drink and drive, y'all.
Outside of the morals and the ethics.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, man. 100%.
That's fair. All right, something I would do different, man. I feel like I wouldn't go to university.
Ooh.
I feel like I went to Ryerson University.
Please
or
tell me.
fucking
I think I
Metropolitan
know why, but I would like to hear.
Well, yeah, my parents forced me. Yeah, because I'm Egyptian, so they wanted me to be a doctor.
I know.
They pushed me that. Oh, you know.
Oh, you
must know
don't
some Egyptians.
say. Yeah. Doctor or dentist.
Yeah, and just even me just doing an arts program, like
Yeah.
was rebellious.
100%.
You know, like I did poli sci, and like, yo, if I were to go back, I would just like respect that my parents. I don't know, like, yo, it's a lot of money. You don't know what you're getting into. You're doing it for the pressure. I wasn't doing it for myself. I was doing it for other people, and I find that, yo, when you do stuff for yourself, and you know, with the right mindset, I feel like anything, whether it's a business, even if I failed, if I fucking failed and I went down the same amount of money, I'd rather fall on my face attempting business ideas than gaining that experience.
You're preaching, bro. That's how I feel. That's been my take on.
Did you go to school?
No.
Okay.
For the simple reason I knew what I wanted to do.
Smart man.
I knew I wanted, it was going to be a grind. It's still a grind, but it was music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think what you're saying, and not to discredit, like I said, kids who go to the.
Yeah, I don't want to discredit people either.
No, because like I said, if you're going for, if you're going for. Yeah, exactly, because you realize like where your calling was, and that's what I'm saying. If you know where your calling is, follow your calling, because especially having like, old school parents is like, they're not gonna understand you saying no to school, you saying no to a job that is in a system where it's safe, rather than chasing your dreams. So you got to do essentially what they never did. And that's how you got to look at it. It's like, yo, I got to go do this. This makes me feel good. This makes me happy.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I just think one thing about school is that, like, yo, there's so many people who are super talented in so many different things.
Yeah.
And I feel like you put them in a box a little bit when it comes to school. Especially, at least for me, like, the way my skills are and my strengths, I feel like school just, like, damaged me. But I just don't think it's for everyone. But shout out to people who are in school.
100%.
I don't think it's like a negative thing. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
If it's for you, if you got a path and you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna be a doctor, go to school. If you're gonna be a go to school, do all that. But I'm saying, like, if you know where your calling is and it's somewhere outside of that, follow your dreams, man.
But like I said, like, my whole thing is, like, I just wish there was a structure the way that, like, we support school systems. Like, how about, like, support the artists or support someone who's doing a business, create show that same energy that people who are in school, and like invest in people trying like different things.
I agree.
Like, more open minded, not just a co-op program because a person has proved themselves. Like, yo, there's like, I don't fuck with that shit.
I agree.
But how about you? What's something that you would do different?
Man, well, other than I said the DUI, you did. My apologies, Josh. Anything you do different? Learn about finance early. Oh, fuck.
Learn about finance early. I like that.
Man, listen, I might change my answer to that. Learn about finances earlier on in life. 100%.
Talk to me
financial
about that.
literacy. Once again, coming from low income housing, and our parents not knowing, we have nobody to really explain it to. You got to go out in the world and figure that out.
You got to fall on your face, lose a couple of dollars instead of like being warned or being learning the system or knowing the system or someone explaining it to you or like 100%. Showing you where to go.
Yeah. So
I feel like we lack direction.
Financial literacy would be one that I'd definitely go back and learn. That's a good one.
I like that. Ben?
See XXX live before he passed.
Ooh, rest in peace. That's hard.
I heard that kid was a monster.
Yo, that's like energy. That's a crazy answer. Yo, rest in peace.
Rest in peace for sure.
Rest in peace. All right, that's dope. All right, Josh,
next
one.
I want
you to pick.
If you ate a pickle.
What's the best rap group of all time?
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Best rap group of all time. If somebody has one, I need a chance to
Ben's
think.
out of this one.
Ben's like,
Oh Outcast.
That hey, I love me some Outcast. I love Outcast. So, but I'm trying to think of best rap group. Who's in my?
It's hard.
Fuck, man, that's so hard. Yo.
From my limited experience, the saturation era of Brockhampton. Like that. Like saturation 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, why can't I think
The Migos.
of? What about you?
I said Outcast.
He said you're sticking with Outcast, Freshie.
I think for our generation, Dipset, like,
Oh my god. Oh no. Yeah. Sorry. I don't even know. This is why he's here. This is why he's here, man.
Dipset?
Because he knows in high school. Shout out to Cam, Jewels, and Jimmy and Freaky. Dipset definitely had the culture in like the early 2000s in a fucking headlock with the airbrush. We had bandana on the jeans. Shout out to Reese. Reese was I had my homie.
That's
so
hard.
yeah,
That's
man,
actually hard.
we sold bandana on the jeans. That Dipset was, and that's not to say like there might be somebody that I'm forgetting, but Dipset for sure for me is one of my favorite groups because they. Yeah, thank you.
Yo, that's so hard. You guys went to
Dipset.
high school in the early 2000s?
Yeah, man.
That's
Dipset.
so hard.
Dipset.
That's
Long tees.
That
yo,
sounds like a
tees-
legendary time, man.
T-shirts, like, and you know what's funny is like I feel like everything comes around full circle, like every
Before
10
all the
years.
phones and everything, man.
The fashion now you're seeing these guys in these big baggy pants.
They were doing it.
That was it.
They were
That was that. It's like
Been
it's coming
doing it.
around to jerseys and baggy pants
done
again.
dead.
And bandanas. Yeah, we did that.
You already did that.
We did that, man.
You did that before the cameras.
We did that before the camera phones, before dudes was going on live and telling on themselves. Yo, before girls was going on live and telling all their business and then wondering what
Facts.
people is talking about. Like before all of that, yeah, we was doing that. We was doing that.
That's legendary. I love that. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next question.
Let's do it.
Ben? I don't think I did one
What
yet.
did he pull? No,
On the
you got
last
the
one?
last. Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've done as a kid?
What's the worst thing you've done as a kid?
Man, there's so many. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, man.
when you saying kid, like, what?
Yeah. Can we get an age gap?
Talking about
Yeah, man.
Child. I want to say.
Fuck.
You wanna
Child.
Let's go, child.
Because once you get to like the almost legal adult, it gets
Yeah.
yeah.
Ben knows. Shoot, man. Oh, I was actually just talking about this. This is no. I think there's worse. Hold on.
It's like, how bad do you want to
That's
tell
what I'm
yourself
saying.
right
Like,
now?
how bad do I want to tell on myself, man?
I'm actually like thinking, like, what is the worst thing I've ever done? Some nasty shit I've done.
Yeah, I've done some bad things.
I've been a bad kid, bro.
I was a bad boy. I was a bad boy, man. I was a bad boy. I was a bad boy.
Jeez.
Man. Okay, well, to not tell on myself too much, I remember a time that. No, there's worse. Hold on.
Yo, does anyone have theirs?
Yeah, does anybody have theirs before Josh, you have yours?
I don't have mine, but I'm thinking about yours.
Okay, well, which one? Tell me one.
The bus stop?
Oh man, this was a time though. Yes, this is why he's here, man.
Yo,
trying to
he
tell-
saved you a
yo,
couple times, bro.
Yo, this is my memory bank.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
Josh
This
is my
guy's
memory
got
bank.
you, bro.
Yeah,
Shout out
he's got
Freshie
me.
one time.
That's my guy, man. Yeah, man. We were okay. So it was me. Josh was at the. I think Josh was with. Yeah, Josh was there.
You guys were in high school?
We were in high school. Yep, we were in high school. Shout out Paul. Who else was in the whip? Jeremy, and we were driving down Markham Road, man. And this is right before the 401, and we saw this girl. We had eggs. We were egging houses and shit, just causing trouble. We were bored, and this one girl was walking the street in her dress, like it was summertime, so it was like in her like skirt, like going to a club. So we pulled up. My boy's driving. I roll the window. I go, yo, where you guys to, baby? She's like, oh, we're just I'm going to. She was by herself. I'm going to a party up the street. Oh, right at where? I go, where? I think it was the Towers. She goes over by the Towers. I was like, okay, cool. You going like that? And she's like, yeah, we're just going. I'm just gonna walk up there, whatever. I go, well, too bad you're going to the party dirty. Bam, egged her. All we drove off. All I saw was the girl. We look in the rear view. The girl's like,
no.
Yo,
God.
we were dying.
No.
Yo, and the way I was like really rapping to her, she really was feeling herself. Like she thought, homeboy.
You were spin to her
I was
before?
like, yo, I was like, shorty, where you going? She was like,
oh, she was.
to the Towers. And I said, oh man,
You got her feeling you, and then
It's
you
too bad
like.
you're going to the. Too bad you're going to the party dirty. Bam! Splat. Just. Oh, shout out to Linquisha. I love you. I'm sorry. I was young. If you remember that time in your life and you're traumatized.
Damn,
My bad.
bro.
Yeah,
Damn. That's bad, bro.
That was one of them.
That's bad.
I was trying to like. There's some things I'm like, maybe not here.
That's bad. That's
that
bad.
That was one of them.
Van, what's yours? Yeah, we're all traumatized by the story.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, man. We were little rebels.
Damn. All right. Yeah, nah, man. I don't think I've done. Yo, you're making me sound like an angel. That's fucked up, bro.
But that's like one of the angel stories for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like weave out the real bad ones, but no, that was a funny and bad one at the same time. I was a jerk.
That's bad.
That was a jerk.
That's bad. Worst thing I've done as a kid, man. Yo, honestly, man, like, I can't believe I'm saying this story here, but like, yo, we used to go to church a lot, and like, we were on Young Street, and we were just like throwing. There was apples growing from the trees, and we just whip it at cars, and then we just whipped it at a car, and it actually stopped, and we were dumbasses, and we just went to the building beside us, and the cops pulled up, and I had already run away, but my dumbass friend stayed. But I went for the back end, and it was muddy. I came like literally there's steps from the church all the way down to the washroom, like just muddy steps.
He didn't do it. He's not in here.
Yeah. And then I call my friends, and the cop literally answers the phone. He's like, "You have 5 minutes to get back here."
Oh.
So I go back, and my friends in the cop car are arrested. My other friends, they mouthed them off, cussed at them, and let them go. Then they roughed us up. And my friend, it's like the worst thing I've done, because what had happened was, because it was like during like the church time or like whatever, the youth group or whatever it was, they canceled outside for everyone. They were just so scared. We have criminal children in our church. Man. Yeah, so it wasn't bad in like whatever. We threw shit at the car, but it was more so like the aftermath. Like that's the worst thing I've done as a kid. Like I literally canceled outside for everybody. No program. No one can have fun. No one can run.
No, I know. Listen, I get it. No, 100%.
That's probably the worst thing I've done.
That's crazy.
Yo, nobody's story compares to your story. Like that's angelic compared to throwing eggs, bro.
Yeah, man. I had another quick story where a kid. I was in grade 5, and this guy, we wouldn't let him play with us. We're playing handball, and we wouldn't let this guy play, and he was getting pissed, and he was like whatever, and he got so agitated that he just felt like he could just slap me in the face, right? So he slapped me in the face and ran. I chased this kid he ran in front of the principal's office and thought he was safe.
Damn, you gave him the death fuzz there?
Little did he know, I'm Scotian and Jamaican. You're not safe anywhere. I grabbed him right in front of that principal and just story gets worse. I beat him bad. Got suspended for the first time.
Was the principal trying to stop it?
The principal tried to stop it.
You're still throwing haymakers?
I lost it. I remember, but this is the worst part. It's so crazy. See, this is what I was talking about. I was so tough at school, right? Yeah, beating him up. Cool, tough guy. Yeah, I got home, and my mom came in the house, and she worked days, so I get home before her. She got home, man, and I looked down the stairs, and I'm like, already crying because I know the whoop ass that's coming up. And she sees me. She goes, "What you crying for?" And I go, "I got suspended for fighting at school." And my mom's looking at it. She's single parent, so she's looking at it like, now I got to take days off work to be at home with you.
Yeah.
And, you know, the money got to be made to keep everything afloat.
You're fucking up.
I'm fucking up the money.
Yeah.
Oh, she beat me bad, man. I remember I got beat. You know, like fans, like a fan that you plug to, like,
Yeah.
cool off or whatever. I got beat with the plug. Plug of the fan, like the long cord, like a long cord like this, and like, yeah, you feel like this. I got whooped with that, bro. It was, never again.
That's crazy.
Never again.
You never fought again.
I fought again.
You fought
I
again. You just.
But we made sure it was off
You never
school. We
Damn,
fought, but it was
bro.
off school grounds. You know what I mean? But no,
That's
man. But never
crazy.
again. I don't think I got suspended again. Actually, I think I had like an in-school suspension in high school.
But
Shout
that
out to
was
Mr.
light.
Starkman.
That was
But
light.
it was light. It was light. It was like a day. It was like whatever. And I think I got home. I got home in time to delete the message from the school when they send it. Yeah, man. It was. Yeah, because there was no cell phones.
Yeah,
back
there's
then,
no cell
right?
phone, so you're
So
straight.
you get
They'll
right
never
to the
find
landline,
out.
Right to the landline, just running home.
Yeah. Yo, I remember those days
Delete.
too.
Mom comes home like, oh,
Ain't
how
no
was school? It
emails.
was amazing.
Ain't
Yeah,
no
no
emails.
emails. Couldn't get contact my mom for shit.
Yeah, bro. You left
Hell
a
nah.
voicemail. We left you on red.
Red, bro. Straight up. Straight up.
That's
Yeah, that was it,
legendary.
Yeah, it was good times.
These stories are nuts. All right, final
Last
question.
one. Yep.
If you can find out the date and time of your death, would you want to know why or why not?
No.
Why?
Like I said, I'm a big believer in, the big man above, and it's like when his time calls, his time calls. So I'll leave it to him. Because you know what? I've been in, you hear about, like, I've been around people who like tarot readings and all that things, and I just don't dwell in that, whatever. I just, let things happen the way they're supposed to happen when they're supposed to happen.
I fuck with that answer so heavy because it kind of goes back to what you're saying about faith.
Yeah.
It just shows you don't want to know because you have faith.
I have faith that when it's time,
That's
it's
so
time.
fucking
Yeah,
dope, man.
When it's time,
I
it's time.
love that.
Yeah, when it's time, and
That's a full circle
we'll
moment.
We'll leave that to the
That's a
big
full
man.
circle moment on this
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah, man.
That's
100%.
speaking about your faith early on,
Yeah.
and you kind of proven it in this question. Like
Oh yeah.
that's super dope, man.
Yeah.
I love that, Josh.
I agree with you with the whole faith thing. I think the only reason why I would want to know is just to be able to say goodbye to my loved ones.
Wow.
Mm. Yeah.
So you'd want
In
to know
that
to say
sense.
goodbye to your
Just
loved
be
ones.
able to like say goodbye to my nieces, my nephews, like my family, friends. Just be like,
Mm-hmm.
I have love for you. What you guys done for my life.
Mm.
To show flowers before.
I like that.
Yeah, because obviously, technically, not knowing is literally not knowing. So it's like that could be like when you like walk out the door, something. It could be anything, God forbid. But and you don't get that chance to see that loved one.
Yeah.
And that right there, and that, to go back on my brother is like that. What he just said was, I didn't get a chance to see him. Me and him, we weren't in contact for a few months beforehand. So it was like, my last time seeing him was not, he couldn't even communicate to me. So I hear what Josh is saying with that. I can rate that answer as well. To just be able to say, especially for me and my,
Yeah.
like, I just always, now it's like I got my daughters, like I just love getting home to her. So it'd be a tragedy to not get a chance to, say goodbye to her.
Yeah, that's true. And shout out to you making the sacrifice to come here today and be with us. You got precious time with your daughter.
Yeah, man.
we gotta recognize that, acknowledge that. Salute to you.
Thank you, brother.
Ben.
I think I would know so I could like live my life accordingly because I'm 23.
Yeah.
So it's like if I knew I was living until I was 90, it's like sick. I'm gonna be saving for retirement, trying to be smart and everything, and with my future and all that kind of stuff. Whereas like if, for example, I figured out I was only gonna live until 30, like knock on wood,
Yeah.
it's like I would take a lot more risks in terms of what I'm doing. I would be a lot more like assertive and stuff, like very like high risk, high reward. Because,
Yeah.
like I only have X amount of time left.
That's true.
What I mean?
That's true.
So it's like really just playing the long game or the short game.
That's true.
More like a strategy thing on how I live my life for it to be most enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I would, shout out Ben. He's actually outside of the amazing work he does for us.
Shout out Ben, man.
He's one of the deepest thinkers I actually know. I have a huge admiration for the way he thinks.
That's my guy.
Yeah, I would want to know personally, and my reasoning is that like I feel like life has a lot of highs and lows.
Yeah,
and
big time.
Sometimes you get lost in your lows.
Yeah.
Sometimes Allen Iverson is is my favorite player.
That's one of mine too.
And it's like something I took out of him is like live every day like it's your last. Like he left it all out on the floor. Like his passion, like it just screamed.
Yeah.
It's something like he's never won a championship, but what he's done to the culture, he celebrated like he's won 5 or 6.
100%. 100%.
And I feel like if I knew, and it goes back to your faith thing, and that's what I love about this game. What this game does is it gives you different perspectives, and it might even make you change your answer.
100%.
You know what I mean? And I created this question, and I thought very deeply about it after, and like, I just, for the days that I am feeling really down, and like, the days that are wasteful or you feel wasteful. Like I feel like I would, if I knew, I would be more premeditated. But it kind of goes back to like, why do you live like that? If you don't fully know, then it means you're not living in faith.
And not knowing is another reason to go after everything. You feel what I'm saying? Because you really don't know. The uncertainty is another. I feel that's what is my push, is like, and especially having, like I said, having a daughter is like, you, or having a child in general, you just kind of want to leave something, or not even just a child, like having loved ones. Like you could have your nieces, you want to leave something behind for them. You want to make sure they're good when you're gone. It's like that uncertainty of tomorrow is what will push you to go harder today. Damn. And I think that's how I look at it, as far as not knowing, just so I can, like, because I feel like at the same time too, you don't know if you do find out when it is. That also could put like I don't know, that could also damper in the sense of like make you fearful of like, okay, well, is this action gonna lead to that? Like, you don't know. So yeah, but it's a great question.
Even regardless. Off record, like how we were talking, like it's just like like when life gets so tough, is just like keep things in perspectives. Like I can 100%. See, I have vision. Yeah. I'm healthy, I'm well. Yeah. I can listen, I can talk. You lost your voice. Yeah. You lost being able to create art. Yeah. That was taken away from you.
Yeah, for years.
Being grateful for just being able to getting another chance.
100%.
Another chance at pursuing your dream. Another chance at shooting your shot. Yeah. Another chance to, like,
for real.
And I think that comes from the anxiety of just like looking at things on such a macro level. Oh, the prices of everything is going up in the economy. Oh, can I live to this pressure? I have these people riding on me. Oh, I have expectations. All these different things. Yeah. And we always look at the bigger picture, and it's like it stops us from taking care of the day to day, the hour to hour.
That's it.
What you should be doing.
Yes.
But what, are you really too tired? Can you really push yourself?
Yeah. And that's it. You got to keep going. You got to push. But when you're tired, that push. When you're feeling like, oh, not today, push. I don't want to go to the gym, push. Just push.
That's one of the biggest lessons out of this episode, is like, it's crazy how that question connected to what you said earlier. Like at the end of the day, like, when you have your bad days, something that could keep you, we're trying to uncover gems, uncover things that, techniques we could practice on our own, because there's going to be lows after this episode. There's going to be a bunch of lows,
Always. You can't
run
from
having faith, you don't have to worry about when your time is. You know,
No.
just keep having faith.
Keep having faith.
Know
Keep
yourself.
Fighting a good fight, man.
Know yourself.
Know yourself. That's the biggest thing.
Lou Breeze in this bitch.
Yeah, dig.
We'll be right back.
It's kind of like, you know, you hear the cliche thing of like take it day by day, and it's literally that. Don't feel any way about sitting still for a bit and just, you know, regathering yourself, your thoughts, your purpose, and just really understanding who you are. And you really gotta just sometimes just take time to yourself, be by yourself, and you know, I think for a lot of people, being by themselves is a, you know, there's people who can do it and there's people who can't. I personally like that alone time, because, you know, especially like in being in nature as well. Like I go for like walks and really just like gather myself, because I know I'm not the only one going through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know I'm not the only person going through a lot of shit, and I think keeping that humbleness of understanding that, bro, you're not the only one going through something. So, you know, you can't be mad at the world. You can't be mad at, you know, this and this. It's like you literally gotta fight through it. You literally gotta understand that tomorrow is a new day and another chance at greatness and at doing whatever it is that makes you happy. And you know, and like negative thoughts, you know, I'm sure they come across, you know, everybody, you know, but got to find the good in this world, man, because I think there's a lot more good in a lot of people's lives than they can recognize. But that's what I'm saying. It's up to you to recognize what is the good, what is the happy in your life, and then just chase that. I think I just chase the happiness in my life rather than cry about the hardships.
Yeah, it's a lot about perspective.
And perspective is everything. And
Yeah.
even that word has just become so like big for me in the past few years, perspective, because I had to understand that like everybody is looking at this world that, you know, I'm walking in with a different lens. You know what I mean? We all have different lenses. We all go home to different circumstances, and that shape and you know, that ultimately shape us as individuals. So it's like you really got to find what it is in your world and make it, you know, the positive, the prime, rather than the negative.
It's not easy, man. It's not easy. Sometimes we get consumed in negative thoughts.
100%.
You can have a bad day just filled with negative thoughts, bad weekend,
Yeah.
bad stretches, and like it's cool to have that, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, if you need to take a time out, you know, I think we live in such a go culture.
Oh, big time.
And you know, if you just need some time to yourself and you need to like lay low,
Or even
whatever.
if you have a good friend, like I don't like somebody to confide in, like that's always.
Do you feel
good
like
as
your
well.
friends?
I got a
like,
good
huge?
core of yeah, man. Like I said, I got a good core of individuals who like I can go to when, you know, even and luckily for me, I have a big family too. Not all am I good with. Not you know, that comes.
That's cool. That's normal.
it's-
That's like
it's-
all humans.
yeah.
You're not all good with all your family.
Family, exactly.
And if you are, God bless you. But I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think that's normal.
I don't think it's normal, because those are also just individuals
Yeah.
on their own path
Yeah.
and their own journey as well. So, you know, but yeah, man, you got to truck through.
I love that. I love how, like, you know, I feel like you're shedding like a lot of like experience, you know, like
Yeah.
you've been through some tragic things, and like I
A
feel
lot of it, just more than I've even spoken about, trust me. But like my brother was, like I said, like that was like the most closest to me that I felt like, okay, yeah,
that's
that was the hardest
one of the darkest things that's ever happened to you.
Yeah.
You know, and just to see that you're in good spirits, that you can focus on positives.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
you're traumatized by that. You've been through your trauma. You've literally fought with the devil.
Yes, definitely.
And
Definitely.
How has music helped you?
Therapy. It's therapy. It's literally my therapy. And when I got my vocals back, it really reminded me of like the love that I had for it, because I think how I was falling out of love with it too was because I couldn't practice it because of my vocals being shot. You know what I mean? So I couldn't even sing in the shower.
God took it from you. God
to
took
really
your talent
tell
from
me
you.
like, yo, you don't appreciate this shit. You're out here screaming for nothing. Who cares the Raptors won, bro? Are you playing on the team? No, you're not. You got duties to fulfill. You got this that you say you love that you're trying to pursue. Go pursue that and take that serious. Take it more serious rather than, you go out to parties, you're yelling like that stuff's not getting you paid. That stuff's not making you happy at the end of the night. Really focus and treat the gift that you've been given as a gift and cherish it. And I think since, like I said, I got it back as I live with that. So I try to, and like I said, to go touch back in high school, I was the hyper fiery. It's like calm now.
Yeah.
You definitely got to be calm. Definitely, for the sake of business and the sake of just in general your energy. So much, yeah.
I feel like you've done a lot of like self-improvement. You've done.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's part of the process of staying to your keeping to yourself for a bit.
Yeah.
You really find out the things you got to fix within yourself.
That's crazy.
You got to do work on you every day. It's a job. Every day it's a job that I see people give more to their job than they do to themselves. And I would tell you, don't ever give to a business that at the end that will instantly replace you once you're out of there. When your body is this is the only shell you're getting. Take care of this as much as you would take care of that position and that alarm that you have setting you off to go to work. Take some time for yourself and put that same determination into keeping you good mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that. Take care of yourself.
You're just a motherfucking employee number.
Yeah.
Versus the reality is you're a complex human being. You know what I mean?
There it is.
You got to take care of yourself. I love that.
Yeah.
Again, self-improvement. Like you've done a lot of work. Like you were damaged.
Yes.
You were drunk all the time. You were high all the time.
Yeah.
Getting into trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
going downhill.
Yep.
You were depressed.
Yeah.
You expressed you were depressed, and you pulled yourself out of that.
Yeah.
You work on yourself steadily, consistently. You're there for the people in your lives.
Have to be.
These are crazy, incredible accomplishments you should be super proud of.
Thank you, brother.
Do you feel like because you have overcame a lot of things and you're in a better mental space, is it allowing you to be more vulnerable?
Yeah, I'd say that's exactly it. Is because I'm more centered with who I am and just where I'm at, and
you're comfortable with yourself.
Comfortable with expressing more than I used to. Definitely, especially in music. I feel like with my friends, kept it real. Like they know what's what, certain things going on. But I think in the music, you'll definitely to the masses, you're definitely gonna hear more though.
Nah, this
more
is
vulnerability.
this is different. This is a different type of episode. We're with the legendary Luu Breeze.
Thank you guys for having me.
Man, it's an honor to have you here and spitting game, giving real life experience outside of you as a creator, as an artist, as someone who's an OG in the city. You're giving people real gems. You don't even have to have listened to your music to really take away a lot of your life experiences.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I'm definitely the people's champ. I'm here for the people.
You're the voice of the people. You're giving them real life experience that could help them in their own. Whether they might feel you because they lost a loved one.
Yeah.
They might feel you because they were depressed at one point. They might, or in a bad business situation.
Yep.
Or it doesn't have to necessarily relate directly to the music.
Yeah.
I feel like you've displayed so many emotions, man. Really appreciate having you on here.
Thank you.
My final question to you.
Yes, please.
What is the big future plan for Luu Breeze? What I know you're dropping music.
Yeah,
you're coming back. You're making a big comeback.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be aggressive.
Yep.
We're excited to support you and
thank you, man.
Help you build your noise.
Yeah.
What can people expect from you in the near future and the long term future?
Near future, obviously the music, like you said, modeling, all that stuff. I'm getting into everything. Yeah, man. We got some things
you
coming.
Get your pretty
man.
boy swag on.
I'm gonna get my thing on, man.
Okay.
Do some things, do some little
Okay.
damage. Collaborate with some brands and
That's what's up.
bring that to life. But also, I want to get into actually want to produce a score, not a score. I want to do an animation like work with somebody to create an animation and then do the soundtrack for it.
Damn.
Yeah, and bring something to life like where
Damn.
like an it's gonna be like 18 plus animation, something dope.
Whew.
And do the singing and the production and everything, like work with producers and bring that to life. That's like
That's a
ultimately
big project.
what I want to do. Yeah, man, that's what I want to do. I want to get into voiceovers and do things like that too, and like anime.
So you're expanding.
Oh yeah. Now, like I said, now I got the machine behind. Oh man, we going in everything. They gonna put your boy in everything, man. Y'all gonna see me everywhere, man. I might be a voice in Shrek 5. I heard they're working on it. If you need somebody to play Donkey's cousin, holla at your boy.
You heard him here first.
Yeah,
He's
man.
been talking. He's been spitting game on this podcast. Where can everyone find you?
Instagram, Luu Breeze. Twitter, just Lou. And yeah, man, you'll see soon.
All right. Final words for the artists out there. That what's the last little bit of game that you could give them? Last advice, last tip from your experiences.
Don't feel rushed in just releasing and putting out rushed art, regardless of what it is, music, clothes, whatever you're into. Take what's the word I'm looking? No. Take time, obviously, but also don't feel bad about taking time, because I think when you have those days where you feel like you're not doing enough, even that is enough.
Ooh.
Those days when you really feel you're not doing enough, that is enough.
That pressure you put on yourself.
You're putting it on yourself. Nobody else is putting that pressure. Well, nobody else that should matter. Like a person in your comment section saying, "Yo, when are you dropping?" That person does not matter, man. Do not rush your art. Take time and do not feel pressured. Sometimes you have to sit still. You have to sit still and gather yourself and gather what it is that the next move is going to be and how effective is this going to be, and make sure that plan is written, laid out, executed. Your boy.
Damn. There you go. That's Luu Breeze on
Love,
Two and Squad.
Love.
Oh my God. This is different. This is
All love.
yo.
Man.
I spit so much game.
Thank you guys, man, for having
Millions and billions of dollars worth of game.
me.
We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on here.
Thank you for having
You've
me.
been an incredible guest.
Thank you.
We're excited to see what's coming for you.
Definitely.
I hope that you get new supporters out of this episode.
Yes, please.
And we're rocking with you. The whole city wants to see you do well.
Thank you, brother.
And just in the headspace that everything you've manifested in this recording.
Yeah.
I'm wishing you the most success.
Thank you,
and
brother.
that you see all your dreams
Appreciate
fully
that.
through.
Appreciate that. Same to you, brother. Love, man. Love, man.
We out.
Take care, man.